Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I'm so glad that I'm here today so I can glorify and give honor to a power that I cannot see. I don't know if it's man, male, beautiful, ugly, short, tall, fat, skinny. Can't see it, can't touch it. But always the evidence that I can't deny is obvious. All that we see, touch, feel, that our senses that we know of will tell us. And even our sixth sense tells us that there's something else going on. Most of us, because of our education, have been trying to resist that fact, but nevertheless, it's true. Now, I'm thinking about the strife that we are going through, not just as a nation today, but we as human beings. And it's practically sickening. I grew up just like all these little kids. You know, your kids, little kids. They were just like, we were just like that. And we dreamed and hoped that by the time we became adults, that the world would be a beautiful place. We never thought that it wouldn't be. That possibility never crossed our minds. We knew it was going to be great. And we were going to be walking into that great world. And we were going to be making that world greater. Why? Because we are somebody who's proud to be here. Now, I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about human beings. But for some strange reason, everywhere all over the globe where people exist, there's something that's tearing them apart. Something that's tearing them down, they've already been torn apart. And they're just as different in their compassion, respect for one another, as in the language they speak. And yet there's something still common amongst them that was allow, under certain conditions and certain occasions, to come out and express some humanity. And a thing like that can only be created in a world where the people do not know any better. I must admit that it has only been a few times when I've heard people speak about life, the beautiful life. Most of the time, it's just so hopeless garbage. And it's not just the people in industry or people that's writing news or people that's running the cameras. It's everybody. And yet, each of them, under some condition, hurt. Each of them, under some condition, feel pain. And I wonder, what do you feel when your neighbor feels pain? I wonder, what do you feel when your neighbor is rejoicing? Many of you, when your neighbor hurts, you hurt. Many of you, knowing that your neighbor hurt, will not sit down until you get some relief, and you won't get any relief until you try to give your neighbor some. Many of you are like that. You're a special kind of people. You're not there, but you're a special kind of people. Not just here in America, but all over the world. But ladies and gentlemen, I won't spend too much time now talking about all over the world. Because what's happening here, we can understand. And what's happening here is happening all over the world. And if we can't work it out here, why would we expect it to work outside of the world? And how can you work it out here when you yourselves don't understand? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go to the flag maybe to get straight to the point. The flag represents what America says it represents. And America says that everybody in America should honor that flag. In fact, they want the whole world to honor that flag. Now, that flag is supposed to represent the nation in certain specifics, like the Constitution of the United States. Certain things there which are clear about the rights of human beings. They don't cover the area that power that you can't see, that power of creation. It doesn't go that far. You know, they never wanted to go that far, but they go a little piece. And here we are, my friends, my brothers. What do we do? Good gracious, that flow came in right on time. What do we do, ladies and gentlemen? Ask yourself seriously. What do we do? Picketing? Selfishly? Rioting? Selfishly? What is it really accomplishing? Nothing. Nothing. Why isn't it accomplishing anything? Because it's not designed to accomplish anything. What you are doing is designed to do exactly what it's doing. Nothing. So if I'm going to stand before you, ladies and gentlemen, and say that all of your efforts have been fruitless and useless, I hope I can tell you what is workable. We have in the White House a representation of evil. This isn't to put Donald Trump down beyond anybody else, even though it appears that it is because he's on the stage. But Donald Trump is what he is because of where he come from, his mama and dad. And this is what they brought into the world. And all of the people that surround him, all of those yes people, they represent their parents. That's what their parents brought into the world. And those of you who seem to have compassion for everybody, who deep in your heart want to see some peace, want to see some prosperity with everybody, regardless of your color, those are there because of your parents. Your parents taught you that it was okay to have a relationship and respect for people. Your parents, many of you, were still told that you were better, but they didn't put it out of your head that you got to do and accept anything to prove it. And then there are those of you who will give your life to serve, not just a particular group, but the whole human race. And why would that person do a thing like that? I came here to say earlier that rather than go around with signs and things like this, the people who that flag does not represent, and when I say does not represent, I'm saying when you're being mistreated. If it means you can't find a job, that's a mistreatment. And the flag say, well, I can't help that. Well, then you say, well, I can't help this. I have no respect for you if you can't help us in a situation of need. I came here to say that the flag, well, people won't tell you and how they express to you how wonderful you are and how great you are and how great this flag is. This flag represents division. It represents hatred. And it represents death. That's what that flag truly represents. Now, you've been convinced to believe that every kill you made was divine, because you wouldn't hurt anybody unless they provoked you. That's what you believe. You've been trained to believe that. But we've gone to several wars because there's somebody else that disagree with that. And are we trying to fix that in your lifetime? No. Everybody got a gun. Everybody got a big stick. And so you got your own representative in power telling some of you who you consider yourself to be mistreated by that flag, and everybody ignores it. So you want to take an act to draw attention to the plight that you have to endure, and they stand up before you and say, how dare you? You think you more important than a flag? Than our flag? When they killed that girl, that hate group, when that girl got killed in Virginia, their impression was, you think this girl was more important than what all that hate represented? So, if the flag means so much to each of you, it would appear to me that when you are being violated and you love this flag because this flag is to protect you, this flag is not human anymore, you human. This flag is God. This flag is God. And God ain't taking care of you. So, every time the national anthem is played, sit down. That's an easy way to protest. No violence. No dogs probably won't be running all over you. They probably won't be throwing the fire hoses on you, wherever you are. When the national anthem is played, whatever all these people praising that flag for, then you just take the opposite stand. Sit down. Be quiet. Let them do what they want to do. They got that right to sing till their hearts float to divine heaven. But if that flag is not working for you, that flag doesn't know it. So you sit down until that flag learns. Now, that's what I came to tell you. But as I got in and I started speaking to you, I thought about the path, the simple path, the real simple. Ladies and gentlemen, the way to peace and prosperity and joy is so simple. It's so simple that a child, when they first start talking, and you know they can really understand sentences and comprehend what you're trying to say, you can tell them this story and they can tell it forever because they already can identify with it. Now let me share this message with you. Let me share it to you in its most simple form. The earth is God's. That power we can't see, touch, feel. But all of this is evidence. And this earth has been formed and shaped to be able to do many things. In fact, it can birth whatever the human mind can come up with, even guided by a spirit, about something to seek, to do, to possess. You come up with it, and the earth will produce what you need. And the resource might come from above the earth, seen or unseen. It might come from on the earth, seen or unseen. It might come from in the earth, seen and unseen. That's the magnificence of that power that we can't see. Now, no government existing on the earth today can do anything like that. But what else did that power do? That power created creatures, all kinds, and then the kind that we call humans, and gave us the capacity to do wonderful things, as wonderful as the earth itself. But while we ourselves can't do all of it as an individual, we as a people can do everything that's required. All this is the magnificence of the power that we can't see, can't touch, can't feel. And we've yielded to a power who can't even give us health care. Okay, now here we go. Each of us have these gifts and talents for a specific reason. Because we will exercise ourselves in a career of our own choosing. A career of our own choosing, ladies and gentlemen. And let me say it so you might understand what that means. We usually give that kind of accolades to people who play sports. You know, the basketball player who is so dynamic and so great. And there are so many, I won't even try to touch one. Same as a football player. Great, everybody loves him. Why? He can do it. And he loves doing it. That's why he can do it. Or whether it's an actor or an actress. Perform just, oh, they're so magnificent. Or an architect who can design all kinds of buildings and bridges and whatever the infrastructure requires. Or a home or a house with absolute joy. Or whether it's just teaching school in such a way that kids can't stay away. They want to get there early because you have so much excitement in the way you teach, and kids can grasp it and absorb it all because this is a teacher who gets a thrill or his thrills out of spreading knowledge. And then we have the farmers who, oh, now you know this, because when you start talking about food, we're talking about seasoning, and we talk about all kinds of things that can be, in your mind, you could just go to a table and feast. But it would be the kind of food that's good food. The seasoning that's good to give us its greatest taste. And that's all, my friends. This is an expression of we putting our hands to the plow to create all of the goods, all of the services that we, the people, have determined are essential, not just for our survival, but for our lives. But in the terms of the survivor, there are these things that are common amongst us. What are food, clothing, shelter, education, and health care? And the meeting of these needs through careers of choice for everybody. Now, you see that? You see how that power that we can't see designed that so everybody can have something to do in life? Not just doing something for somebody else or struggling for this reason or that reason. We're doing it because we love doing it. And rather than being able to be separated, we're drawn together because we love to be doing things together, because this is the work of the artist. And we are there playing our part. No crime, no poverty, no violence, no war, no terrorism. And here we are, my friends, having this